What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Wrestling Junkies podcast. I'm Eric, Mr. Cincinnati Robinson. As always, I am joined by the podcast dad himself, Chris Hoops Choops. How are we, my friend?
Doing great, doing great. Today I have a watermelon Celsius, so top of the morning.
Well, I have Jameson, so top of the evening to you.
Yeah,
But we are not alone today. We are joined by Pro South Wrestling and Platinum Championship Wrestling's own brother Azriel. Brother Azriel, how are you, my friend? Thank you so much for joining us.
No problem. Doing good. Thanks for having me, guys, on the show. Appreciate it again.
Yeah, no, it's our pleasure. Always fun to have an actual wrestler on the show. It's always exciting.
Gotcha.
Anything fun on AEW last night, Mr. Cincinnati?
Yeah, there was, but you jumped in the gun just a little bit. Okay, just a little bit. Yeah, you are. Make sure. Again, welcome back to the channel. If you are new, welcome. Make sure to hit that QR code. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. We are 9 followers away from 500. That's a pretty big deal, and I didn't want to gloss over that just to get to AEW. As awesome of a show as it was last night. 9 followers away from 500 on Twitter. Help us to get there. If you know just one person that would enjoy our show, just share it with them. It takes 2 seconds, and let them decide for themselves. And we guarantee they'll be coming back for more. We got some awesome interviews dropping tomorrow morning. Our interview with Sammy Chaos drops tomorrow at 9 a.m. And our interview with the outlandish Zicky Dice, as well as special guest Bryce Cannon, drops at noon. We had an awesome conversation with them. A lot of laughs all around. Thank you, Zicky. Thank you, Bryce, once again for being on our show.
Yeah. And me. Thank you for me. Come on now. I was there.
Yeah, but you're always here.
It's true.
Yeah,
I know, but it's nice to hear you say thanks every once in a while.
You know what, Choops? You're right. You're right. I appreciate you. I thank you. Okay, you're right. We are about giving our flowers where we should. So, all right, I appreciate you. I wish you happy holidays. But now I'm ready to talk AEW. Okay. So, a lot of action as always. We are not going to get into every single match result. Just kind of hitting a few things that we think are worth discussing. Biggest development is the finals of the Gold League are set. So next week it will be Jon Moxley taking on Swerve Strickland and Jay White in a triple threat match. And I don't know if you had a chance to catch the post-match promos of either Jay White or Jon Moxley, but tales of two halves. Jay White's coming in. He's and I didn't realize this at the time. He's got 2 wins over Moxley since he's been in AEW, and now he's getting a chance to get get his hands on Swerve again. Swerve and Mox get to get their hands on each other again. There's a lot of stories to be told here. I'll just kick this off, or pass it on to you guys and see what you think. I mean, is triple threat a good idea for the finals of this Gold League as opposed to a one-on-one match? You guys think?
I mean, you got the top 3 guys in the company. You got Moxley, you got Jay White, and you got Swerve, which is, I believe Swerve is like being primed to be the next top guy in AEW. So I feel like with this match, you'll definitely see a lot more out of him and everything. And I'm pretty much believing that it's going to be like him winning it too. That's just what I want to happen too as well. But yeah, I think it's going to be a great match next week, though.
Yeah, and I'm okay with it. This being the initial Continental Classic, like I'm okay with the triple threat match. Like we've said, you got the 3 biggest stars in there. I actually think Jay White's going to win, but that's just me. With the New Japan background, I think he will be fine touring and everything. Because I am fingers crossed. Hopefully Swerve is above this tournament because of the interaction with MJF. That he is going to be the world champion sooner than later, because I don't want him to be muddled with the Continental Championship. I want him to win the World Championship, because I guarantee after the interaction last night, they have a huge babyface on their hands that when they want to pull that trigger, that's gonna be that dude's a star, and I've said it months ago. Like he carries himself like a star. Everything about him screams superstar. He just oozes that charisma. And last night, I'm like, yep, this is it. This is it. Like that was the two thing. One of the things I learned last night was he's going to be a babyface star. He's going to be a huge babyface star. The other thing is MJF is resigned.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that there's any way to dance around it. I mean, and we won't know until something is actually said, but I have no reason to think that he's going to make a move to WWE in 2024 or anytime soon. I mean, he's at the top of his game in AEW, and we still, I mean, yes, we know that MJF is a star. Will WWE see him as a superstar that they can jetpack to the top of the card? I'm not so certain that they would feel that way just yet, but that would remain to be seen. I think, I mean, for me, I don't hate a triple threat either or anything like that. I think it was more surprising than anything else that's what we were going to get. I think the biggest, what I wish they would have taken advantage of, and there's still Blue League action, I believe, on Collision this week to kind of wrap things up. But I'm surprised that they've not used the 1 point draw as a storyline at all during this entire tournament.
Yeah. Like I said, this is the initial tournament, so, let them try things out. Maybe they're saving that for Saturday, or maybe that's kind of in their back pocket for next year to, I think this will be a yearly thing, so you don't want to blow everything in the first year.
Yeah, makes sense. No, I get that absolutely. So I'm going to kick this one over to you, Az. So who are some of your favorites in AEW right now?
Right now, I'm gonna say with Carly Bravo, because like I've been in the locker room with the guy. He's a cool dude and everything. I'm happy for him and everything too. But like Carly is like one of my favorites, especially with the infantry. I'm loving what they're doing. Another one that I've seen a match with Shane Taylor and Keith Lee. So like, and like I've always been like a Shane Taylor fan too as well. But like I've seen how he's always kind of like been the underdog, but it's like he's always been showing like, hey, I can do this. Like I'm the best. I'm good. Everything there. But like those are probably like two of my favorites there as well, right there.
Oh yeah, no. So watching Final Battle this week, I think that was probably the first Shane Taylor match I really sat down and watched and got to know him. I love the story that they were telling of Keith Lee. It's just kind of a, friends / rivals over the last few years, and they kind of had that blow off, and at the end, cooler heads prevailed, and I mean, I like that story in wrestling sometimes too, and I think that he was the perfect guy to play that role. We've heard quite a bit about Carly Bravo too. Bryce Cannon, who's a friend of the show, has also worked him in tag team action, I believe it has been. So we've heard great things about Carly and AR Fox. We've had no shortage of his students on our show as well. I mean, those are some great ones right there for sure.
Yeah, and I think the first time I really dug into Shane Taylor was I think it was an All Out where he had the feud with Samoa Joe. Like that was kind of his first big time on the stage, and like that was a good match. Like for I think it was only about like 8 minutes or something, but it was a good showcase. And like Samoa Joe is someone that will go in there and make you look good no matter who you are. And that was kind of the first time I took notice of Shane Taylor.
Yeah.
Samoa Joe got a haircut.
He did. That's actually, I mean, haircuts aside, that's a great segue. Joe has basically claimed MJF as his property until World's End. Just kind of he's precious cargo for a few more weeks. And they're defending the Ring of Honor tag team titles, so
maybe.
Right.
Weren't they supposed to do that last time?
They were. I
mean, something tells me the rug's gonna be pulled out again. Like this time, Joe will get attacked. So.
Okay, so I guess this is a question. I gotta ask you guys this. So when it comes to the Devil, and shout out to Ace Haven here.
Ace.
When it comes to this Devil storyline, have they advanced it and made it any more interesting to you with this week either? Still kind of a
no. Okay. Because again, at this point, like the reveal is not going to be. As much as they built it up, I don't think the reveal is going to be as good as they're hoping for.
I mean, that's okay. All right, that's fair. I mean, okay. I guess the question, and I'll ask you both this: who could it be under the mask that would change your entire perception of this story, if there's anybody? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. At this point, I don't know.
Yeah. Me neither. Like, that's one thing I liked about the storyline is that it has me guessing who exactly is under the mask. Like, it doesn't have me like, all right, I know who this guy is by the way they look, walking, and anything like that. Like, I legitimately do not know, which like keeps me just interested in just wanting to know who exactly he is. But like, I'm hoping it is like a good reveal because I don't want to be like lackluster when they do reveal. I'm like, oh, it's him and stuff like that. I'm hoping it's like a great surprise when they do reveal it.
So if it's a Jack Perry, is that gonna be disappointing?
Possibly. I mean, for me, yeah, it possibly will be. But it's like, I wanted to be someone that is like at that level, that could be a threat to MGF at that time. But like, I don't want it to be like, I guess like Mustafa Ali and the Thunderdome when he was the leader of the I can't remember the group that he had during that time frame. But
Retribution.
yeah, like I don't want it to be like that. It's like, oh, it's you. Okay, all right. Let's see where this goes. Like I wanted to be something like, holy crap! Like this is getting better now. So I don't, like I said, I don't know who it is, but like I'm hoping it's somebody that like can basically just blow my mind away when I find out who it is. So.
Yeah,
I don't know who that is.
Let me ask you guys this: do we get that reveal at World's End?
I hope so.
I possibly too. I'm hoping so because I feel like they've been doing the storyline for a good minute now. So I feel like now it's getting close to the time to do the reveal. Like they keep going for a little bit longer, it's just gonna lose everything. But I feel like sooner more than later they should be able to do the reveal and see who it is under that mask.
Yeah,
I guess I can ask where's Adam Cole's ankle? How's that doing? Because I think it depends on that.
Yeah,
I don't know. Let's check Britt Baker's tweets and see if Adam's emptying the dishwasher again.
I don't know. But if that's who it is, like that'd be. I think that's fine, but that's not.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what everybody is thinking it's going to be. Like I know we've had the Jack Perry teases. Like last night we had the Swerve tease, which I think it would be harder to do that because Swerve is getting babyface reactions. I think the guy, T's stealing a baby and the crowds are cheering him. Like, it's going to be hard to boo him.
Yeah.
So,
because that crowd reaction once they cut to the Mogul Embassy placard on the door, and
like everybody loves the dance, everybody loves Nana, like everybody loves Swerve, everybody likes to chant with him. Like, I don't think revealing it as Swerve would be A, beneficial for Swerve, and then B, I think they'd have a hard time getting people to boo him.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Now, I do want to take a break for a second real quick. We got an interesting question from Ian as part of the Main Event Network. We're company guys here, so I'm going to just do a quick little timeout here. So now that we've gotten some insight into Ali's new gimmick, what company do you guys see fitting him best? So if you have not seen today, Ali is officially free agent. Everybody that was released on September 20th is. Matt Riddle, I believe, is tomorrow.
No, he's signed.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right. So without Ali dropped, and if you've not seen it on Twitter, you need to go do yourself a favor, take the 2 minutes and watch it. Dude, he's going to take over the Indies in 2024. I mean, he's going to keep going with this gimmick that he wanted to do in NXT as part of this Man of the People, no longer affiliated with any company party. Honestly, and this is a little selfish of me, and maybe this is just because my gears are turning based on some talking I've been doing today. I would like to see him go on a world tour right now. He doesn't need to sign with anybody. I don't think that he needs to make that decision yet. Companies are going to be throwing money at him, that's for sure. MLW, now that they've gotten their settlement money from WWE, you saw they locked down Matt Riddle. That would not be a bad fit for Ali. Neither would Impact. Okay. You can say your piece in a moment. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I would say Ali feels like a bigger deal than Matt Riddle right now. But go ahead.
Sure. No, I agree with you. I think, and especially given what we have seen Matt Cardona do over the last 3 years, Ali could very easily do the same thing. And that's why I personally don't necessarily want to see him tethered to a promotion just yet. Go tour the world first. Go do the indies now that you have a household name and see what happens. Exactly. Yeah. Like they could. And who's to say that we don't get that match in 2024?
Yeah. If I had to pick a company, I would say Impact. I feel like, he's been on the big stage. I feel like he may get, if it was now and I had to pick something right now, I think he would get lost in the shuffle in an AEW, kind of like he did in WWE. Yeah. And I think he could really stick out in Impact with that gimmick. So right now, I would say Impact.
Yeah. I'm excited to watch TNA in 2024. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. I've been, it's been a while since I've been excited to watch Impact and TNA and all that, and they got some good stuff cooking.
Yeah, it's a good time to be a fan. Az, I'm going to kick this over to you. You just competed. You said for Pro South, it was their anniversary show last weekend. If I heard you say that correctly earlier.
Yeah. Last week, the Pro South in Piedmont, Alabama, it was their anniversary show. Their actually 15th anniversary show there, so they've been around doing shows for 15 years, literally about every Friday. So every Friday, I'm basically there. For the past 2 years, I've been going there, and also with PCW as well. But yeah, like last week, had a match against a man named the Mongrel, Britt Jackson. So it was something like of a house fight. It was something that I like to do. Like I like the strikes and stuff like that. So it was a battle. It was a battle in there. Like as Britt Jackson is a very, very strong dude. So like I'm not a small dude myself, but he can pick me up and give me a Saito. Like you can see the video back on Pro Side's YouTube page, and also they stream every Friday as well too. But yeah, it was a good battle. But unfortunately, I came up with the loss. But I'm believing that me and him we're gonna go again soon. So I'm very excited about it again.
Sounds like you got some fire in that belly. I like it, man. That's the way to be. Is stay hungry, stay humble, and get that rematch.
Yeah.
So, Choops, tell me what stuck out to you during this episode of Dynamite last night? We've already talked Gold League, Triple Threat. What else did you like about last night's show?
Rio won. I did not see that coming. I said Rio.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I did not see that coming.
I thought you said Rhea. I was gonna say, wait, what? No, no, Rio. Yeah.
Rio.
Yeah.
No,
that.
Yeah. That was. I'm not gonna lie. I was shocked. I did not think she was going to win that. I thought we were gonna get Saraya and Toni. And hey,
because Ruby was looking on too.
Yeah, and does this feel like a big match? Not really. It feels like another kind of stepping stone in the story of Mariah May and Toni Storm. So hopefully Rio gets a good match out of this. But I think she's going to win the title? Absolutely not. See what I did there? But I think this is just going to further the story between Mariah May and Toni, and Rio's kind of just there for the ride.
Yeah, I'm low-key tempted to watch this movie that this story is based off of. I forget what it's called, but I'll Google it later.
No.
I'm curious. I'm curious.
No, go. Her line too on commentary, the human duplex machine.
I know, right?
That was really funny. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it was all the one line.
She popped Toni.
Yeah, and then she said, "Toni, I know you don't have much to do when you don't have to say Sting." So.
Yeah, she's doing very well with this character.
Yeah,
and I want, like, this year she'll end with the title, and hopefully in an early part of next year we get like a big major feud for her, because I don't want this title reign to kind of go the way previous title reigns have gone, and kind of the stuff we're seeing in the WWE where the main attraction gets the title and it's a big deal when they win it, but afterwards there's no great follow-up
or build. I'm absolutely loving this. I agree with you. I think Saraya should have gotten the win here. I don't know where they're going with this. I don't want to speculate as to why we're not seeing Saraya as consistently as we had been as of late. I don't know anything that would say that it's her neck or any injury or anything like that. But it does seem like just a very lackluster 2023 for her.
Yeah.
Because it was back to such fanfare. And as chime in after this, great fanfare. Got the win in Wembley and then did nothing with the title reign. So yeah, I'd love to get your thoughts, Az.
Yeah, it's kind of weird though saying that. Like you said, I had the big match in Wembley, and it's kind of like been like silent from her for a bit, as well. Like I mostly catch up on everything like on Twitter, so I haven't been seeing as much from her from Twitter. Like I've been seeing a lot of Toni Storm stuff, but not from Saraya. So I don't know what's going on there. Like like I said, you never know. It could be coming up with a storyline or something like that, and hopefully not it's injury. But if it is, definitely just need to take the time off and everything. And she wants to keep it private, But you just never know about these things. But just got to keep watching and see what's next.
Yeah, for sure. And that's something that we live by on this show. And we like to look at ourselves as trying to be as neutral as we can. We criticize both companies equally. There's things that they do that we love. There are things that they do that we loathe. But we don't want to speculate. We don't want to feed into any negativity. It's just even if it is a bad storyline, much like I think the Devil story, I'm hoping that they will find a way to turn this around. And yes, this is the same company that bungled the Dark Order debut. So I'm hoping that it's not a repeat of that. I'm hoping that they've learned from those mistakes.
Find out, won't we?
Yeah. Don't look at me in that tone of voice, man.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
What stuck out to you, Mr. Cincinnati? I think we've talked about almost everything.
Yeah.
Today, though.
So, love how they're using Roosh in this tournament. Unsung hero. He doesn't really have to do a whole lot from a character standpoint. It's just go and have a great match with anybody. Loved his match with Swerve. Jay Lethal and Mark Briscoe.
Yeah,
this does nothing for them in terms of the Continental Classic. It sucks, but those are the facts mathematically. But these are two top baby faces that could be grappling over that world title in Ring of Honor, and I know don't do the head thing, all right? Just, whatever.
World title, saying, I don't know. I don't know world title.
Yeah, I would. Sorry about you.
You're allowed to disagree with me. It's okay.
I do. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I don't think we need 3 new titles. I don't think we need a Triple Crown title anyway. We don't. Like that's the thing is, and as chiming on this, but Chris and I have gone back and forth on this one over the last couple of weeks. I was the first one to point out that these guys deserve better in the Continental Classic. For you to quickly reply that, well, what are they doing with the world title anyway? And then you had an about face yourself after seeing what Jay Lethal was doing in the ring. So it's just the stakes are still the only thing that bothers me about the Continental Classic. I don't think that they need a Triple Crown. I didn't think that they needed a new belt. It is what it is, and I'll wait and see kind of how this Triple Crown plays out. But yes, this could have been used to elevate Mark Briscoe and Jay Lethal, and I think it still can. It would mean more if the Ring of Honor world title was not mixed up into this fustercluck.
Yeah, that's a new one. Wow.
That is a new one. Never heard that.
Yeah, I took that one from Eric Bischoff.
Good for you. Good for you. Yeah, like the stakes. This is Tony Khan's G1, but what happens when you win the G1?
Go for the
title shot. Wrestle Kingdom.
You get a title shot at the biggest show. Like, why couldn't they do that with the Continental Classic? I don't know.
Because they could also build that to Wembley. We're going to see commercials for Wembley, or at least some advert for it, every single show up until it actually happens. And if you were to announce it, that is your prize, then you get a 9-month-long story arc just to build out of that. I'm not a billionaire, so I don't know. I can only... I got a pencil, though.
Too.
Yeah. I don't know. But Anything else on AEW, guys? Anything else that stuck out last night? Because there's one piece of news I do want to get to before we head out.
I can't think of anything. I'll leave it to you.
Really not much I can think of anything to either. Like, only thing that really stuck out to me was the double storyline. So that's about the only one I'm like looking forward to.
Yeah, I mean, overall, really good episode. Like, lots of good wrestling as always. This was, I think, one of the stronger episodes of Dynamite as of late. I wasn't not interested in anything going on. So, overall, I think a really good episode of Dynamite. Well, the thing I wanted to get to is it was reported that Bayley has re-signed with WWE.
Two.
Exactly. Charlotte re-signed. Bayley re-signed. Becky's up in 2024. I think Sasha's coming.
You can't not at this point. I mean, creative was the reason that she left. Mm-hmm. Now, when you look at, and because we know Charlotte's out for the foreseeable future, so let's look at Becky and let's look at Bayley with their Mania dance cards. I personally still think Rhea Becky is a Mania match. I think that's where we go. I don't think that Becky wins the Rumble, but I do still think that she gets to Rhea, probably in Perth. I think that would be a nice little layer to add to that story. Bayley deserves to win the Rumble. When you look at the year that she's had, and I think this was staff from Cage Match, I'll have to double check. But Bayley only won 7% of her matches this year. She has put over just about every woman on the roster. That's a Rumble reward, if you ask me, in the long run. You know that she's getting kicked out of Damage Control. You might as well give her the Mania story that should come with it, because she brought Damage Control together, and they're going to kick her right out, and whatever they do with it from there is what it is. But she's been the anchor of that story. Everybody's ready to start cheering for her again. I mean, we can feel it coming. So if you give them two outstanding Mania programs for those two, Becky, I mean, let's be honest, she's not leaving WWE. Like, book drops in March, like, contracts up in June. She's not leaving. Like, we can consider that a guarantee. You can still get Mercedes in time for War Games against Damage Control. I would hope so. I'm trying to see the entire forest and not just the tree that grows in January. Okay.
I thought it was in February. Is it not in February?
The Rumble.
Or is that Chamber?
Yeah, that's Chamber. War Games. November. Because again, Charlotte is not back until SummerSlam at the earliest.
No. You think they can drag it out that long?
Yeah, because if Bayley gets kicked out of Damage Control, and if Io retains at Mania, knowing that there's a larger payoff down the road of where the horsewomen can dethrone Damage Control.
So what if Sasha comes back, wins the Rumble, and faces Io at Mania, wins the title, and then gets Bayley over to her side? Because I think that's a little bit more plausible. If she's going to return in the Rumble, I think she would win the Rumble.
Fair. Okay. I don't know. I wouldn't mind seeing Mercedes, because I'm a Sasha stan, so I would totally be down for that. However, I think the story better fits Bayley getting that moment, and then she needs to have the aid of somebody.
We also still have Jade Cargill.
Yeah.
Still have a story for her, and is that a place for Sasha? Who knows? I don't know.
I'd like to
Bianca.
see that. I'd like to see that.
Yeah, we still have Bianca too. Like, we need a story for Bianca. Like, their women's roster is about to be loaded.
Yeah.
And there's still talk of Julia coming in. Like, that's, I mean,
So if you had to pick right now,
awesome.
You had to pick right now who wins the women's Rumble. Well, we can all three go.
As you first.
Let me see. I'm gonna go with Bayley. I feel like it's the most reasonable one right now. Like, the storyline wise, I believe it'll work out, especially with the fans wanting her to go back to being babyface. Bayley. Yeah, exactly. So I definitely believe Bayley.
Okay.
Man, there's one more larger accolade at play here. If Bayley does win the Rumble, she's got the ultimate women's Grand Slam. She will have had every accomplishment that a women's performer can have in WWE.
That's fine.
Triple H is all about them record books, baby.
That's fine. Yep. But guess what? She's on the books for a couple more years, so that can happen later down the line.
I mean, I get that, but you got to strike while iron's hot.
Yeah. If Sasha Banks returns, the Iron will be scolding. Come on now.
I agree. I agree with you. I agree with you.
I know.
I still just want this. Okay.
I'm just telling you. If a Sasha Banks returns in the Rumble, that's my pick to win.
Okay. So I assume that we're making brisket for the occasion.
Oh yeah. Well, you are. I'm not.
Well, yeah, you're gonna help. Like.
No.
All right. Okay. No. Any other final thoughts, gentlemen? Other AEW, WWE, or otherwise, as we wrap up our show for the week.
Trying to think. AJ Styles back on SmackDown.
Looking jacked as ever.
That'll be fun. And then the finals of the Blue League, right, on Saturday.
Yes.
I think Eddie Kingston's going to win.
It'd be nice.
That's my pick.
It'd be nice.
The Blue League.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, that'll do it for this episode of the Wrestling Junkies podcast. Before we go, Brother Azriel, tell us what you got coming up this weekend, my man.
The next few weeks, actually, I got PCW next week on the 29th. I'll be going there. The week after that, January 6th, I'll be Premier All-Star Wrestling promotion in Buchanan, Georgia. Also, definitely be back at Pro Shop as well. Catch them every Friday night stream on YouTube Live as well there. But yeah, anybody's looking for me and everything, see what I got going in the next few weeks, just follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I'll definitely keep everything up there. So within the next few weeks, so you guys can catch me wherever I'm at.
Yeah. Okay. Where can they find you on the socials? Gotcha.
Well, my name is Brother Azriel. Find me on Facebook, Brother Azriel. On Instagram is Brother_Azriel. Azriel. You can find me there. Also on Twitter, you can find me at the Prophet Brother Azriel as well. So just basically just type in Brother Azriel. You'll see my picture there on all the social medias there. Just, give me a follow and just keep updated with me as well.
That's right.
Sounds great. We greatly appreciate you joining us for this show. Again, thank you guys so much for watching the Wrestling Junkies podcast. Before we go, I do have to put this up. This deserves a conversation for another time, but this is a hot take that we have received. Eddie Kingston is mid. We will come on the show and discuss that. We'll save that for another time, Cal. We'll absolutely talk about that. But in the meantime, so this is our last show for the week. We will be back next Tuesday. We want to wish everybody a happy holiday season. Enjoy that time with your loved ones. Be safe. Be nice. Be kind. Wrestling is just fun at the end of the day. Don't be a dick. So thank you. We appreciate you guys.
Tell your friends.
Yeah, absolutely. It takes just one person. We are 9 followers away from 500 on Twitter. Help us to get there by the end of the year. That's 1 follower a day. That is not super hard. I mean, there you go. Yeah, that's easy enough. Let's do it. I know that we can get there. And, we appreciate you guys being along for the ride. Remember, 2 interviews dropping tomorrow. Sammy Chaos at 9 a.m. Outlandish Sticky Dice featuring Bryce Cannon at noon. You guys do not want to miss these. These are absolutely awesome. We appreciate Sammy and Zicky joining us this week. That's what we got. So for Brother Azriel, for the podcast dad, I'm Mr. Cincinnati. This has been the Wrestling Junkies podcast. We'll talk to you guys soon.